Yo guys, so for my recent projector review, I basically stated that at this point, projectors they're not really worth it, especially comparing the fact that TVs just pretty much have everything integrated that you're gonna need, and projectors are basically they're not efficient, and by that what I mean is that they're not as practical as TVs, whereas they're dependent on how much lighting exactly is in the room, right? The darker it is, the better the picture is going to be, obviously. Now the TOPTRO X9 projector is kind of making me rethink that opinion a little bit. So typically with projectors, the one thing that always gets to me as a pet peeve is when the image quality isn't as crisp, when there's just a little bit of interfering light, right? So if you try to use it in the day and there's some sunlight coming in through the window, or maybe if you have a lamp on, and I hate it. I completely, absolutely hate it, because it kind of then defeats the purpose a little bit, because you're gonna invest somewhat into having something that can view your shows or TV, and this one gets up to 1200 ANSI, and that is ample enough. So the colors and everything else, just in general, doesn't just have to be the colors, but just the viewing quality, the image, even when there is some seeping light coming out from the window, or even any other moderate forms of light, like the image quality still maintains pretty well. And that's, for me, is like not the only thing, but a big winner when it comes to projectors, right? The image quality has to be clear, otherwise it defeats the purpose, and there pretty much is no point for me. I don't care how good the speaker quality is and everything else, but if you can't watch it or can't watch anything on it, then it really goes against even trying to get a projector. And one of the ways I think that this projector tries to rival a TV is the fact that it also is Netflix licensed. So for the TV sticks review I did a while ago, I did mention that TVs at this point are including pretty much everything, all the apps. So what's the point of getting TV sticks, right? So having the apps and its own UI, which I'll get into as well, but having apps integrated into the projector is also something that at least helps it propel beyond, right? So instead of it just being like some projectors, they don't even have a UI or the apps installed, so they're pretty much just a big HDMI extension box, right? You just connect your laptop just to get a bigger screen, right? And when they get to that point, it's just really old fashioned and becomes just like a toolbox that just sits around waiting to get used, right? Whereas when everything's just integrated by itself, you don't really necessarily have to rely on any external devices like TV sticks or even your laptop just to be able to watch the shows. Now, beyond the fact that it is 4K capable, it does have a really, really good speaker, right? I mean, like a great speaker.
When do I know I'm Spider-Man? You will. That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith. Like, what's up, danger? Like, what's up, danger?
But the reason I say that is because when I paid close attention, I could hear the fan, right? And that's something I think projectors have like to get working on. Is the fan noise is always going to be audible, and it sometimes interferes with the whole experience if you're trying to watch a TV show or movie, and you just have it there at some point. Yeah, it does become white noise, right? If you really focus into it, it becomes white noise, and you can just focus on what you're watching. And depending on what it is, even if there's a whole show playing, you'll still be able to hear the projector fan. Now with this one, the fan is audible at some points and it does get warm, but when you use the speaker, it completely covers it, and it just immerses you into whatever you're watching. So the speaker does a great job of doing two things. It is very good. It has great bass, and you can even play with it and fine tune it to how you want. But not only that, it really does cover up the fan sound, which I don't know if it was intended to be that way or they just did it in a way to cover it up. But regardless of that, it just makes the viewing experience that much better and that much more immersive, because then at that point, you're not getting bothered by the sound of a fan, right? It's not killing you while you're trying to watch your favorite TV shows. And in my personal opinion, it just makes it that much more efficient, because then you're basically enjoying what you want to watch without having to be bothered by a loud spinning fan. So it can connect to Wi-Fi, and it also has Bluetooth 5.2. But for me, one of my credits I have to give them is definitely the UI. It's very simple. I hate bloatware, so some UIs, they just so much shoved in your face where you can't really concentrate. Like there's so much going on, but the simpler the better, in my opinion. So this is just straightforward. Everything is just gonna be placed as is. You can kind of navigate it as you want, and it wasn't laggy as well. So like some UIs trying to navigate, it kind of gets really slow and buggy and laggy. Even doing the simple stuff takes a couple of seconds, and not that I hate that, but it does get like annoying at some points, right? Like you just want to get to it. When it comes to headphones, one of my favorite features is dual pair connecting, so being able to connect to two devices at once. When it comes to projectors, one of my favorite features is auto keystoning, and the reasons for that being is I don't make me spend time doing things that I don't need to be doing, right? Like if you can just auto keystone for me, that is perfect. I don't want to spend time already like turning it on, switching to my favorite, what is it, like it could be Netflix or Prime Video, whatever it is, use Crave TV, and then having to auto keys, like it just adds so many layers where it's like, call it laziness, but I call it efficiency. Just don't make me do that. Just do it and give me ease of access. And honestly, just having that allows for a way better user experience. So the auto key storing for me, perfect. And you can also manually do that yourself. Like there's a lot of things you can do in the settings, which is kind of what I like. Like they allow you to make the projector yours. So like if you go in settings, you can change even the sound and even the viewing image if you want it to cinema. So the little things like that allows you to pretty much just like own it, right? Like own the way you want it to be set. And even when booting it up, it does ask on which projection mode that you want to be using it. Is it on the surface of a table? Is it going to be on the ceiling? Is it going to be facing towards the wall? Whatever it is. And honestly, that just makes it all that much better for me. Now looking at the outside looking in, like this projector is advertised as being able to be used as an outdoor movie projector, which based on the ANSI levels, and on top of that, just from my own personal use, I think it is capable. Now depending like when it says outdoor, right, like you mean like direct sunlight, like noon, right? At that point, bruh, I wouldn't recommend that. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna get the job done, but like I definitely wouldn't recommend that. But I mean, like outside, like at dusk, or maybe outside um in the evening, sure. But I wouldn't say like it. You can use it like at noonday. Bottom line, I really like this projector. It's not too much, honestly. I can take away from it. Like, granted, like some of the things that it does have, I'm totally biased for, right? Like I love the speaker, and for me, the brighter the better. It just makes the image quality like easier to see, and it also has like really great image quality as well. It is 4K capable but 1080p native. In my personal opinion, I do think it's an awesome projector. But let me know what you think in the comments, and I will catch you in the next one.